Hello everybody, Mr. Schreiber here. A few weeks ago on my YouTube channel, I did a series of observational drawing. An observational drawing is when you take an object and you look at it, study it, and draw it while you are studying it, so that you are drawing what is actually there instead of what you think the object looks like. Now today, I'm going to read a story about my sister's favorite artist, and one of my favorite artists as well, Miss Georgia O'Keeffe. Now, Georgia O'Keeffe, she liked to look at things not from far away, but from very, very close. Bob, you're telling me that your favorite artist is also Georgia O'Keeffe? Okay. Bob wants you to know that his favorite artist is also Georgia O'Keeffe. Up close on Bob. Ah! Little People, Big Dreams. Georgia O'Keeffe. Written by Isabel Sanchez Figuera. Illustrated by Erica Salcedo. Little Georgia grew up with 6 brothers and sisters on a farm near Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. But while they played games, Georgia preferred to look at the world around her. At school, Georgia was always more inspired by the colors she saw through the classroom window than the numbers written on the blackboard. And when Georgia was 12, she told her mother she wanted to become an artist. She started lessons, and her drawings soon became the most impressive in the class. Georgia moved to Chicago and then New York to keep studying art. But everyone in the city was busy. They didn't have time to notice beauty in the little things around them. Little things like a flower. So she decided to paint that tiny flower by putting her nose very close to it. Suddenly, the littlest flower became the most enormous painting. No one could ignore its beauty. A famous photographer named Alfred saw Georgia's paintings and wanted to share her work with the world. He put together an exhibition of her artwork. Georgia's paintings left the public wide-eyed in amazement. They just couldn't figure out what they were looking at. But Alfred understood her paintings. He was an artist too. Soon they realized they were made for each other and got married. Inspired by New York, Georgia decided to paint towering skyscrapers as only a child would have painted them. For her, the city was made of enormous squares. And when summer came, Georgia visited New Mexico. She immediately fell in love with the desert. She painted crosses, sand dunes, and even the skulls of dead animals. They were all fascinating to her. She loved every stone, every bone, and every color of the lonely desert. She painted every single day in a house nestled between red hills. Nothing was too small or too ordinary for her. Through her art, Georgia flew all around the world to different museums. They called her the mother of American modernism. And today, you can see how the ordinary becomes extraordinary when you take the time to look at it, as little Georgia did. Now that we have learned about our Artist of the Week, Georgia O'Keeffe, we are going to do some close-up observational drawings of our own. But before we do that, we're going to play a guessing game. I am going to show you a number of photos from objects that are zoomed in very, very close, closer than you might have ever been to these objects before. I will give you a few seconds before showing you another photo of that same object taken from farther away. Now, let's begin with our first object. Good luck! Barbara, you also like Georgia O'Keeffe, but even more than her, you like the close-up picture of the food? Okay, fair enough. Close up on Barbara! And now, time for our challenge. I want you to find one object in your house and look at that object closer than you have ever looked at that object ever before. You can also take a picture of that object from up close. I then want you to do an art project of a painting or a drawing of what that object looks like from that very, very close distance. I'm going to do a few, and then I will share the results with you, well, right now.